Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Here's Bridgewater. He's got it complete. Mike Davis. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, a 22. Pretty good start right off the bat there with throws 1 and 2.
He's not locking in on just one target early, is he? Spreading it around a little bit as this game gets started.
Back-to-back first downs. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater completes it to Davis. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Who that?
The former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett, the rookie with the carry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
This is Scarlett on the carry. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jordan Scarlett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right.
Here's the 2nd-year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
22. Check it out, Reed.
Play action. It's Ryan. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line.
You had to figure they'd try and get the ball to Julio early, and they did it right there. And it doesn't take a degree from MIT to know that, so you had to figure, what's up with the defense? You should know that that's coming right away.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, 59, ready. Get out.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Crew able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Switch.
Bridgewater. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Open man is Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
First down.
A first down carry for Davis. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Bridgewater now. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Davis. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
From the 39, Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Davis. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Davis. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Bridgewater. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Fowler make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
To try again after the sack. Bridgewater toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Gun. 6 guys. Check gun.
They go play action with Ryan. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Russell Gage, 89 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing again on second down. Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now Bridgewater. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
They've done an excellent job blanketing Julio Jones here in the first half. That's just his second catch. So as they head into halftime, the Falcons have to ask this question of themselves. How do we get the ball to number 11?
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. He was looking for Todd Gurley, but it'll be 2nd down. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20 and down to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Ryan. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Ready. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is indeed good. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Ryan. Steps away to his left. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Down, ready, ready.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They go play action now. Ryan. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Ryan to throw. Left side, it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. They've got the lead early here in the 3rd quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They run. It's Gurley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real duck.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here, the 32. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And he finds Austin complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Complete to Tavon Austin.
Ready, we're ready. Ready. 6-yard line. Right there. It's going to be a long day. It's going to wait. Switch it. Get out.
On first and goal, Gurley. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They come out here in the eye. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. To throw is Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up first and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Throwing again, Bridgewater on second and 10. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On first down, it's Davis. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Bridgewater now from the 50. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Ready, get ready, get ready. Tight end to the right, boy, tight end to the right. Move.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
He's tight right here, he's tight on the right, tight on the right.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Good move by Gurley. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he'll take it to the 43-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Down. Ready. Ready. Time to go. Night, night. Ready to go.
Ryan now off the bootleg. Complete. Smith has it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Watch the hey, white.
Gurley. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Now Gurley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Single, that's single slot. Let him go.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 16. First down, Falcons. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today. Yeah,
just 1 pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth-quarter advantage. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even...
And that is intercepted by last year's NFL leader, DeMonte Casey. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Back to it after the pick 6. Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater complete to his tight end, Seth DeValve. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Bridgewater looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Bridgewater to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Panthers on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Completes it to Samuel. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Open man is Samuel, complete. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 22-yard line.
Mike 25, 58 to Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Here's Gurley. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready, Mike 25. Mike 58, right there. Check.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
4-yard gain. It's 4th down. Today's final score.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Falcons, and they will hit the road next week.